Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another page by page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible by yours truly, Alexandra Mayers. So today we're going to go into the book of Numbers, chapter 21, and we'll just pick up from where we left off. And to the person who sent me the comment asking when I was going to do another page by page reading and commentary of the Bible, apparently today's the day. And I am going to try to be more consistent with these. January was a little bit of an eventful month for me. So I tied up some loose ends when it comes to other projects in January. And now in February, I can dedicate more time to this. I'm just kind of restructuring my life a little bit at this point to where the only time I'm really on social media is when I'm broadcasting through social media. Not so much, socializing on social media or communicating too much on social media because I just find that it takes a lot of valuable time away from the real world, meaning the third dimensional in person world, and my physicality. I feel like a lot of young people are actually starting to realize that their health isn't that great, their stamina isn't very high, they're often overweight, specifically due to spending way too much time on social media. Or maybe I shouldn't even say too much time, but time in too many of the negative arenas. Let's specify a little bit because you will notice a substantial difference in your life if you only input your brain with positive images from social media, things that are uplifting, productive, versus the negative. um, I'm making a conscious effort to put more positivity into my mind. And, those who are often around me sometimes get mad because I won't want to talk to them if they keep going into the negative. So, it's something I suggest to many of you. It might feel selfish to really focus on yourself and focus on inputting primarily positive images into your mind, but it's really worth it. It's worth it in the physical results that you see. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into the book of Numbers 21. Arid destroyed. When King Arid, the Canaanite, who lived in the Negev, heard that Israel came by way of Atharim, he fought against Israel and took some of them captive. Israel vowed a vow to the Lord and said, "If you will indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities." The Lord listened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities, and he called the name of the place Hormah. Next section, the bronze serpent. They journeyed from Mount Or by way of the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was very discouraged because of the way. The people spoke against God and against Moses. "Why have you brought us up from Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread or water, and our soul loathes this worthless manna." Oh, here we are again with the attitude of the people. And this group of people, I think that this might just be a group of natural complainers, really. I mean, Moses had to put up with so much from these ungrateful people who saw miracle after miracle, but still always complaining about the manna. Maybe the powers that be should have upgraded the manna a little bit. Maybe it was gross. It probably was, especially if you have to have it every single day for sustenance. But anyway, let's continue. So the Lord sent poisonous serpents among the people. See that we're back to mean God now. And they bit the people, and many children of Israel died. So the people came to Moses and said, "We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord, and he will take away the serpents from us." And Moses prayed for the people. So, in other words, they're realizing they have to tighten up, tighten ship. Okay, let's keep going. The Lord said to Moses, "Make a poisonous serpent and put it on a pole, and it will be that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, will live." And if you think about it, that's the symbol the medical profession uses today, pretty much. Moses made a bronze serpent and put it on a pole. And if a serpent had bitten any man, when he looked at the bronze serpent, he lived. Next section, the journey to Moab. The children of Israel set out and camped in Oboth. They journeyed from Oboth and camped at Abarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab, toward the sunrise. From there, they journeyed and camped in the valley of Zered. From there, they journeyed and camped on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that comes out of the borders of the Amorites, for Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore, it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, Zahab in Suphah, and in the brooks of Arnon, and the streams of the brooks that goes down to the dwelling of Ar, and lies on the border of Moab. From there they went to Beer. That is the well which the Lord spoke to Moses. Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song. Spring up, O well, sing to it. The leaders dug the well, the nobles of the people dug by the lawgiver with their staffs. So these people are so happy that they're singing a song about this. And from the wilderness they went to Matana, and from Matana to Nahalil, and from Nahalil to Bamoth, and from Bamoth in the valley that is in the country of Moab to the top of Pisgah, which looks towards Jeshimon. All right, next section. King Sihon defeated. Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, "Let me pass through your land. We will not turn into the fields nor into the vineyards. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we are past your borders." Sihon would not allow Israel to pass through his border, but Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness, and he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. Israel defeated him with the edge of the sword and possessed his land from Arnon to Jabbok, all the way to the children of Ammon, because the border of the children of Ammon was strong. Israel took all these cities, and Israel lived in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all its villages. Because Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab and taken all his land out of his hand to Arnon, Therefore they speak in Proverbs, say, come into Heshbon, let it be built, and let the city of Sihon be established, because a fire went out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It has devoured Ar of Moab, and the masters of the high places of Arnon. Woe to you, Moab. Kind of taunting. You have perished, O people of Chumash. He has made his sons fugitives and his daughters captives to Sihon, king of the Amorites. We have overthrown them. Heshbon is perished to Dibon, and we have desolated them to Nophah, which reaches to Medeba. Thus Israel lived in the land of the Amorites. Last section of the book of Numbers, chapter 21. King Og defeated. Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they took its villages and drove out the Amorites who were there. They turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og, or Og, the king of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to the battle at Edrei. The Lord said to Moses, do not fear him, because into your hand I have given him and all his people and his land, and you will do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon. So they killed him and his sons and all his people until there was not a survivor left to him alive, and they possessed his land. Wow, so that group just took over. That's what the book of Numbers, chapter 21, was about. All right. So next time we'll go into the book of Numbers, chapter 22. Book of Numbers is starting to get a little good. It's starting to tell more of a story. I appreciate that. It was a little hard getting through those sections that were just taking the counts, basically, of the people. But it was worth getting to know the various family names at that time in the Bible. So everyone take care. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. Time for me to get on with the rest of my day. Bye-bye.